Hey there, home athletes. Happy Tuesday. Got a good workout for you today. Got a couple of couplets of 21, 15, 9. But we'll get to that in a moment. We're going to do our warm up together, right? This is a new thing. I'm going to actually have you warm up with me in real time before setting you off on your own time to do the workout. For the warm up, what do we need? The only thing we need, if you don't have one of these already, I would highly recommend you getting it, is a stretchy band like this. These are great. I've mentioned these several times. I would love to have all of our home athletes have a light band like this, either a red or an orange one, and then probably a heavier band, a green one. But if you're just going to buy one, I would go with the lighter band like this. So if you have one of these, grab it. If you don't have one of these, a length of rope or a belt or something would work. Or if you want, you can just use your PVC or a broomstick or something like that. We're just going to do some pass-throughs with it. So grab a belt, grab a band, PVC, one of those things, and we'll get started. I think that's all we need for the warm-up. Yes, it is. All right. So let me get my timer going. You are ready to warm up. We're going to start with 30 seconds, stance and lunges. If you're not familiar with these, nice big lunge out, drop that back knee to the floor, reach the hands up towards the ceiling. A couple seconds on that side, a couple seconds on that side. We try not to push our hips forward. Hips go forward, back knee touches the floor. Then we stretch out that spine a little bit by reaching out towards the ceiling. Stance and lunges. Don't ask. I don't know why they're called stance and lunges. A lot of people ask me that. I've never really figured it out. I've heard rumors. I've heard gossip. Never known for sure. Got a couple more seconds here. Get another lunge or two in. 3, 2, 1. All right, next one's going to be push-up to down dog. Grab some floor. You're going to do your best impersonation of a push-up first. Down and up, and then go back into a down dog position, right? Press those heels down into the floor, chest down towards the toes. And we'll repeat that process. Push up, down dog. All right, you keep going. Got 20 more seconds here. Spoiler alert, we do have some push-ups in the workout today. That's why we're doing them right now. Got 10 more seconds. Give me another rep or two. 3, 2, 1. All right, so next one's going to be some pass-throughs. So this is where we're going to grab our band, our belt, our PVC with a nice wide grip. Keeping the elbows locked out, we're simply bringing that band or whatever we're using up and over the back. And one more time, just like that. Wide grip, as you can see. Good way to warm up the shoulders. For those of you with very mobile shoulders, you can probably go a little bit more narrow. I definitely don't have very mobile shoulders, so I tend to go pretty wide. But this is a good movement for loosening up. And again, this can be done with PVC or a band. The band's kind of nice because you can kind of adjust the tension on it. What's next? Straight leg sit-ups. Let's warm up those abs a little bit. We're going to get down on the floor. Legs are straight out in front. We're going to touch the toes at the top, go all the way back down the floor, and up again. Touch the toes, touch the toes. You get the idea. Keep on going. Got about 15 more seconds here for your straight leg sit-ups. Should feel those abs warming up a little bit, which is good. Doing some weighted sit-ups in the workout today. What do we got next? We're doing some plank shoulder taps. So plank position, arms straight, butt, belly, and quads tight, and we're tapping opposite shoulder. So right hand comes up to left shoulder, left hand comes to right shoulder. Go ahead and get started. Just tap. Little tap right there. Sort of an active plank hold. Bracing the abs, squeezing the glutes and the quads while you do your shoulder taps. You have 10 more seconds. Keep on moving. All right, we got to go back to our band. So this one you kind of do need a band for, so I'm hoping you have one. Right, these are band pull aparts, just holding it right about shoulder level and stretching it out. Maybe around the house you might have a, I don't know, maybe an old bicycle inner tube or something stretchy. If you don't have a band during this part, maybe do a few more push-ups. Can't really ever do, well, don't do too many, save some for the workout. But everybody else is working on these band pull aparts. These are great for the upper back, great for your posture. Again, another really good reason to get on Amazon or wherever and order one of these stretchy bands. Treat yourself. All right, what do we got next? We're going to get some gymnastics holds now. We're going to go hollow hold first. We're on the floor, on our backs. We're going to push that belly button down into the floor. Extend the legs, heels up, shoulders up, arms up, and hold. So tension's all in the belly right here. Low back is pressed into the floor. Heels are pressed together, toes are pointed, and ideally we're kind of bringing that chest and upper back up off the floor. This is hard to talk while you're doing this. I'm going to let you keep doing it. If you can't do it the full 30 seconds, take a little break and maybe reclaim that hollow position. All right, 3, 2, 1. Next one, the opposite of that is the arch hold. We're actually on the belly, and now we're bringing up the arms and legs using hips and shoulders. Flip it over, make sure those glutes are squeezed, and arch it up. This is also known as the Superman hold. Right? You guys keep going. You feel all those muscles in your low back, your glutes, and everything really working hard to keep the shoulders and hips up off the floor. These are two very important movements in gymnastics, the hollow and the arch. They come into play a lot. Got a few more seconds here on our arch hold. All right, 3, 2, 1. And then we'll finish up with 30 more seconds of those pass-throughs, just because they're so good for your shoulders. So grab your PVC, your broom handle, your band, whatever you're using. Let's finish up with some pass-throughs again. 30 seconds here. Give the shoulders a nice big shrug up and over. Trying to keep those elbows straight. Loosening up our shoulders. Got about 20 more seconds here. And you'll be all warmed up for the workout. 10 more seconds on your pass-throughs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Hope you feel good and warmed up. Let's talk about that workout real quick. So we have two couplets, right? We have the couplet number 1, which is 21, 15, 9, power cleans and hand release push-ups. You do that whole thing, 21, 15, 9. Then you go into the second couplet of 21, 15, 9, which is going to be push press and weighted sit-ups. All right, so the way this works, if you're not familiar with 21, 15, 9, is the two movements. So the first one is power cleans and hand release push-ups. You're going to do 21 power cleans, 21 push-ups, 15 power cleans, 15 push-ups, 9 power cleans, 9 push-ups. That's the couplet. And then do the exact same thing with the second one. 21 push press, 21 weighted sit-ups, 15 push press, 15 weighted sit-ups, 9 push press, 9 weighted sit-ups. You get the idea that the rounds and the reps get smaller and smaller and smaller. And there is no break between the two couplets. Get the first one done, then do the second one immediately right after. All right, so movements. Power cleans. As usual, I designed this to be done with 2 dumbbells, but it could also be done with a barbell or one odd object, right? You could either have 2 things or 1 weight. But power cleans are going from the ground to the shoulders. We're sending those hips back, right? We're going to load up the glutes and hamstrings as usual. Keep those feet flat on the floor. We're touching the weights just outside the feet. This starts with a big jump, right? We describe it as a jump. We're creating kind of momentum and elevation of the weights. And then after we jump, then bend those elbows a little bit and bring those weights up to the shoulders. I'll do a couple more. So jump, bam. Notice how I'm catching the weights with my knees slightly bent. This absorbs the shock of the weights landing on the shoulders. Back down, jump, catch. Get the idea. And again, this could be done with an odd object, a barbell, whatever you got. Hand release push-ups. So these are a little bit tougher than regular push-ups because at the bottom, our hands actually lead the floor ever so slightly. What this does, it basically guarantees that you're actually touching your chest to the floor, which is what you're supposed to do with a regular push-up anyway, but this kind of guarantees it. Demonstrate first, right? Nice tight midline. Think about that plank thing we did earlier. We're bracing the abs, we're squeezing the quads and the glutes. Same thing applies here. Getting that chest all the way down to the floor. Hands leave the ground briefly. Press right back up again. Elbows. Big thing here. Often see people doing push-ups with their elbows way too high, basically kind of up towards the top of their head. We actually want to keep those elbows not too far away from the rib cage. Should definitely be closer to the ribs than they are to the top of your head. probably about maybe 5 or so inches from right here. Think about having sort of a 45-degree angle at the shoulder off the upper body. So don't let those elbows flare out. And then, of course, at the top of every push-up, we're looking for fully locked out elbows. And the thing to try to avoid with these hand release push-ups is snaking off the ground. So I'll show you a bad one real quick. Right, we go down, people drop, and all of a sudden that chest starts coming up first, right, and then we're rolling off the knees. We're trying to avoid that. Trying to keep a nice tight line through the body as we do our push-ups. If those seem a little bit too difficult for you, if they are a little too difficult, you can take the hand release part out of the equation and just make it a regular push-up and raise those hands up a little bit off the ground. So challenge yourself, but find something you can actually get through the, what would that be, 45 reps of that particular movement. So it's fairly high reps. So set yourself up for success. So we got our power cleans and our hand release push-ups in the first part. Second part, push press, weighted sit-up. So push press, we're going overhead now with our dumbbells, our barbell, our odd object. Quick demonstration here. Weight is at the shoulders. Let's keep those elbows pointing up as opposed to letting them drop down, right? Elbows up. Keep the feet flat on the floor. We start with a simple bend of the knees, right? We're loading up those legs. We extend the legs and hips and punch that weight up overhead. Weights back down, a little rebend of the knees. So we get to use our legs to create momentum and overhead drive. Push press. And then our weighted sit-ups. These are challenging. Got to add a little bit of weight to our sit-ups. So you take one of your dumbbells or some such object. It does not have to be super heavy for these, 5, 10, maybe 15 pounds at the most. Something you can hold at the upper chest. These work better if you have a couch or something right here that you can actually hook your toes underneath or some way to actually anchor your feet down. This works well. I obviously don't have anything right here, so bear with me. But weight at the upper chest. Sit up nice and tall, right? Get a nice arch in that back. We don't want to round the back at all. We're going down to the ground, and we're coming back up again, all the way forward. That is tough. You can see how my feet are lifting up off the air. It would be better if I had my feet anchored somehow. So if you can, yeah, like maybe your couch or whatever you have around, wherever you are, tuck your feet under your toes underneath something. Keep them down on the floor. And same thing on that second couplet. 21, 15, 9. 21 push press, 21 sit-ups, 15 push press, 15 sit-ups, 9 push press, 9 sit-ups. That's it. Have fun with this workout, guys. Talk to you tomorrow.